Hi, my name is Terry Todd. I want to introduce the InertiaCore Trainer. This was co-developed by Byron Tejan and myself to increase core stability in athletes, rehabs, just the general public. So we want to show you a quick demonstration. Any questions, we'll have follow-up information for you to get a hold of us.
Stairs from the place on either side here. We've got a lock key, so pretty much once we close the back, drop it down, the stability is going to come out. In this position, you're going to use a lot of core activation. This is the only one where your feet are not going to specifically touch the floor. So you're going to use a lot of hip, a lot of core stability, something similar to what you would do with a lot of different med ball work. Whole host of different exercises can occur from this position. What we personally do, one of our favorites has been using the medicine ball for different rotational kind of trot drills. So we'll just demonstrate a couple of those guys here. Different things that we can go through, starting with just this apparatus alone. Some of our intro exercises are going to be core rocks, really work the side obliques as you're coming in, also the spinal erectors as you're coming side to side. You can get into hip extension and flexion coming back in. Again, really working, activating the glutes and other hip extensors as well too. One of the things that we have, you see I've got 2 plates on either side. You can add weight. The more that you do, it's going to be more of a core strength exercise, so you really have to dig in, work those obliques. The more weight that you take off, the more you're really going to have to stabilize and try to use that intra-abdominal pressure really to keep you focused and on the mount. We're going to demonstrate a couple of other exercises coming up. To get rotations kind of coming in ovals, the wider you go, the more you're really going to work those hip extensors, really start to get that intra-abdominal pressure. So we're going to go ovals, you can go forward and backwards, get hip flexors and a lot of the adductor muscles as well too. You can say a med ball or even any hand weight will really do. We can really work the back extensors through rotational patterns, coming up in the chops. Pushing back into hip extension, coming right over shoulders, locking those calves at the top, and then we can throw it into a downward motion as well, raising and lowering. Different stability patterns as we come through, and even with the assistance of a trainer, you can get different, more dynamic passing movements. So coming in, nice core rotations, keeping hip extension, really going to work those extensors.
Opposite side. I'll throw it to the chest, up overhead.
Keeping hip extension and nice strong core as we're coming through. We can kind of expand just a little bit. Again, kind of leaning back into that extension. We can get your lateral raises for a little bit of shoulder isolation. Coming through, shoulder presses right through. There's a lot of different things, again, coming into a little bit more isolation work with bicep curls. You can even go one weight at a time and come into overhead extensions. All while focusing on the core, really having to really bracing it, keep the core stable when you're going through. We can get combination hybrid movements when we come into our curling and our pressing as well. Again, throwing them all together, what we would typically do is run a circuit style with these guys. So say maybe 20 to 30 seconds with each movement, progressing into the next one for about 2 minutes.